They win.
Thank you very much, D-Man. And just to kick things off, that victory for Samsung Blue guarantees themselves the top spot in the group. They do lock in that quarterfinal position. Interesting tidbit. Up until this point, the game at Worlds that had the highest number of kills was between Fnatic and OMG in 71 minutes. They got 41. In 25 minutes less, this game had 49 kills. And I don't think anybody can deny Samsung Blue were not mentally in this game. They did a lot of mistakes and they had a lot of misplays. I mean, all over the place for the whole time. Monty?
Really strong early game from Blue, and then I'm not sure what the hell happened, but Deft went from his usual amazing positioning to flashing into 5 people. I think this was overconfidence, but it's dangerous. They can't do that kind of stuff because it very nearly lost them this game.
I think it went from overconfidence to just flat out arrogance this game. It was atrocious the way that they were trying to 1v5 flashing, then 2v5ing in the base. Come on.
Let's talk a little bit about LMQ. Their early game was better than last time. They picked Rumble into Samsung Blue for the second time. They didn't mess up the lane swap quite as badly, and despite Ackerman having some terrible ultimates early, he had a bigger impact. What do you take away from this game as well as Vasily, etc.?
Well, I think Ackerman is normally a player that likes to kind of sit top and farm a lot and then show up later in team fights. But Rumble, obviously, like you saw his farm that game. He was almost 100 down from Acorn mid-game, and one of the reasons is Rumble straight up just isn't a very good top lane farmer. So I want to see him less on that champion despite Rumble being really powerful. And Vasily, he and Kog'Maw are probably the polar opposite in terms of playstyle. Kog'Maw sits back and just pokes, where Vasily is a very aggressive forward AD carry. Some of those team fights, he was actually in front of his entire team. He was the reason why they lost.
Just to add some statistics there for you, at the end of that game, Acorn was 5,000 gold up on Ackerman. So big difference.
Let's pull up the first replay that we've got of one of the mid lane team fights. Prolly, talk me through what's happening here and what caught your eye.
So this is protect the COD comp. So right now, LMQ just wants to stay grouped. So Acorn does a really good flash engage, but LMQ does really well grouping right now. So this fight is how LMQ wants to fight. They have all 5 together, and Samsung Blue's kind of just trickling in a bit. But right now, pay attention to the Janna, because Janna just ruins everything for LMQ. Just roll the clip right now. Janna starts queuing up her tornado, flashes in, and then ults. Boom. Now it's no longer an oriented team fight. No one can protect Vasily except for Zhao, who's busy trying to CC the other team. And now this is what Samsung Blue wants. The enemy team split up, and now Dottie just gets to run around, rift walk, chase and kill people. Deft is doing his nice little flash, twitch, kill, shoot thing.
Yeah, at this point, Samsung Blue also hit some item breakpoints. It was just after Dragon had been secured and absolutely decimated. From there on out, let's get the second replay up. I want to throw this one to Crumbs because it kind of went downhill, and I'm putting that as mildly as I can.
Yeah, this is the one where we see Deft decide to 1v5. So roll the clip, and after this point, Samsung has a massive gold lead. Deft is enormous. Decides to, with barely any vision, throws a cask in, and then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna wipe the team solo. That's not how it happens. You get instantly Jarvan combos, bubbles, Rumble ulti on top, and this is the first fight that Samsung Blue loses. And from this point on, it starts looking better and better for LMQ, but in the end, the lead was just too large for them.
Just hands down one of the worst plays we've seen in this tournament.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to just theorize a little bit about Samsung Blue's mindset. The team fight ends up being a win for LMQ, and they trade back and forth. We did say bloodiest game of the World Championship so far. I feel this is either disrespect or lack of focus from Samsung Blue. What do you think? What would you theorize?
Well, Deft's positioning was a catalyst for a lot of Samsung Blue's troubles that game, and honestly, he had similar problems in their loss against Fnatic. So for me, it's hard to say that it's overconfidence. Yeah, it might be overconfidence, but at the same time, his positioning wasn't great in 2 games out of the group stage. So it's not just like this kind of fluke game. And I think, like I said before the game, he needs to play AD carries with escapes because his positioning this tournament has not impressed me at all.
Well, we'll have to see how he performs later in the day. So with that win, Samsung do have 4 wins in the group. They have clinched the #1 seed in Group C. Let's take a look at the standings and just remind everybody how things are falling into place. There it is, 4-1 in Group C. LMQ, OMG, and Fnatic are still doing battle for that second seed into the quarterfinals. Group D, of course, we will be seeing Ashen White Shield Alliance and Cloud9 looking to see how the cookie crumbles. Let's also take a look at the playoff bracket, because we do know that Samsung White is the #1 seed. They have been slotted in to the top half of the bracket, where there is a potential sister team kill in the semi-final waiting, as Samsung White will do battle Team Solo mid. We also know Starhorn Royal Club will be playing against Edward Gaming. So we'll keep updating you guys on the standings and the playoff bracket as the day rolls on. We are going to take a short break before Kaboom's final game as they go head-to-head with Europe's Alliance. Stay with us.